6:53. Welcome back, everybody. It's Frank Napolitano here from MortgageBrokersOttawa.com. How are you?
Very good.
All right, let's get it over with. What happened to your head?
Asked for a 4. Apparently, this is a 4 in Syracuse.
This was in Syracuse, New York.
Syracuse, New York.
You wanted a 4, a buzz cut. And
I wanted a 4. I didn't think a 4 was a buzz cut, but I would think that's a 4. That's what I wanted, the length of my hair, but
you
didn't
can't
work out
get
that
this
way.
hair just
no,
in,
you're
everybody.
right. You're right. Mine's white. Yours is still brown. So
anyway, how was the shopping in Syracuse?
It was good, according to my family.
Yes, yeah, that's why you were.
I'm not much of a
haircut.
shopper.
No.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk shopping and shopping mortgages. Back to school tips for your mortgage.
Well, I think a lot of customers over the summer, obviously, they're looking after the kids. The kids are out of school. Now it's time to put the focus back on your finances. And there's a lot of customers out there that for some reason don't do any shopping whatsoever for their mortgage. And I think that that's a big mistake. I
think you're right, but I think it's not in us to shop around with a mortgage. We think, hey, I got a good mortgage deal, and I know your customers have said this to you. Hey, I thought the bank was doing the best it could for me, but that's not always the case.
It's not always the case, and there are cases when customers have called me and have said, Frank, here's what the bank has offered me. What do you think? Great. You know what? They've treated you fairly. But I would say that maybe that's 20% of the customers that call me. 80% of them have been given a much higher interest rate than is out there. So.
Well, let's face it. The banks are they're a business.
Yeah, they're a business, and obviously by the results that we saw last week, they do very, very, very well.
They make a bit of money.
They make a bit of money, but you know what? It shouldn't be at your expense. It should be, you should be able, and again, I think the thing that bothers me the most is if a customer is a good negotiator, they're going to get that good rate. But there are a lot of customers out there that aren't very good at negotiating. They feel intimidated by having to negotiate about something that they feel they've been loyal to their bank, and they feel that loyalty should come back to them, yet it doesn't.
Is that why a mortgage broker is such a good idea? Because you do the negotiating for them. I mean, it's not if I go to you and I say I want to find myself a good mortgage, that's exactly what you look for.
It's hassle-free, really, for you, because my job would be to find out what the most important options that you're looking for in a mortgage, and as a mortgage broker, that's what our job is, and then be able to place you with, it may not be the lowest interest rate, but it may be the mortgage that fits. It'll still be a lower interest rate than probably you're going to get at the bank, but it's got the features that you're looking for within your mortgage.
It may not be at the bank you're used to dealing with either.
And nothing wrong with that. And again, consumers feel that if their mortgage is at one bank, that they have to do all their other banking. And in today's world, with technology the way it is, farthest thing from the truth. More customers have their mortgages at one bank and their bank account somewhere else. It's really tough to switch a bank account over because you've got everything set up. You've got your web bill set up. Your pay goes in there, and it's really a big nuisance. And that's why I think some customers feel that if they move their mortgage, they have to move their banking. It's furthest thing from the truth. All we need is a void check, and the payment comes out of there, and that's it. So
it doesn't
you don't
matter
move your
what
banking
financial
whatsoever.
institution you're dealing with.
It really doesn't.
It's simple.
It very, very, very
matter
simple.
Matter of fact, I believe a few years ago I had a mortgage at a bank not even in the city, out of town.
Yeah, very common.
Yeah.
Very common. Your car loan comes out of your bank account. I mean, everything else comes out. Mortgage is no different from one institution to another.
Right.
So,
what else should we be keeping an eye on these days?
Bank of Canada interest rate is today. Obviously, you don't hear much about it because it's going to be a neutral announcement. It's actually tomorrow, but neutral announcement. What's going to be interesting is this will be the first time that they talk about what America suggested 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, and made the bold statement that they're going to leave their interest rates flat until 2013. So this will be the first time that Mr. Carney actually gets to speak about what that announcement means to Canada. So it'll be interesting to hear.
Let me ask you this: what's back to school like at the Napolitano household?
It's not that bad. I've got one. He's in grade 11. Little Stefano's in grade 11.
Little Stefano.
He's in grade 11. I'll tell you what he's a little worried about. I mean, he's a big boy, as you saw, and he likes his food, and apparently the schools have gone to a more nutritional menu, and he's a little worried. He likes his pizza, and the thought of whole wheat pizza isn't exciting for him.
He burns it off at football practice.
He does, real quick.
That's what we should do. Go back to football practice. Then we can eat that stuff.
You lose a lot of weight real quick.
No kidding. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to be back.
All right. Frank Napolitano here from MortgageBrokersOttawa.com. You got a question? Get in touch with Frank and his team. They'll answer your question for you. It's simple. Just like that. A lot of questions about this plane and why and how it skidded off the runway at Ottawa International Airport. We'll have a look at that story and more. Our hour 2 of the program is coming up. This is CTV Morning Live. We'll be right back.